Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol for you guys that you won't want to miss. This is a ticker symbol I've talked about as it was pulling back, and it's jumped up already 20% plus since I've been mentioning it, and as it hit its most recent lows. So stay tuned for that, as well as the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord to the members and the stocks I was watching. And if you want to know what stocks I watch daily, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. I managed to find a home run opportunity giving 35% plus of possibilities on its highest point of the day. So stay tuned for that as well, and we look forward to having you join us. So WISH stock, ContextLogic Inc is showing me something in the charts. I like it, and it's very different from what investors were expecting or are expecting, or it could lead towards a massive short squeeze because it keeps on pushing upwards. But after that squeeze that happened, that big run right here, and coming back down from the $9 mark, this has been going up in a pretty healthy manner. Now, if it can continue that, look at all the room there is to get back to the most recent highs that were seen earlier this year, and possibly even break through that, right? This is a pretty healthy bullish trend. Consolidation, jump up, consolidation, jump up. Question is, consolidation and another jump up? That's the big question right now, right? That's the big question. That's the question mark that I have, that all the investors have. And we're going to look at some things here in the charts that are important. And the further up this continues to go, if shorts have to cover, there might even be a bigger squeeze than we saw right here, okay? That is something to be aware of, and it can actually probably take this up to newer highs and new resistance levels that we haven't seen in months from when it was back up at these levels and possibly back up at these levels. But before getting there, we have a lot of things to focus on down here. Now, I've stated this before in my videos, and this stock is struggling to get past $15. I think that's one of the most important resistance levels right now. Up here, $15, right? $15.04 to be exact, but I just rounded down for this to reach newer highs. It can't break through it. It's having so much trouble. It gets close to it, and then it gets rejected. It can barely hold itself up above 1450, 1470, and so forth. So right now, this move here is looking healthy. It jumps up, consolidates, jumps up, consolidates. It had a nice little jump. Question is, will it consolidate and jump up again? Or is this going to at some point go into further weakness? Super important to be aware of this and watch this. So it is something that a lot of investors are not paying close attention to in the bigger picture of things, but it is showing strength and it is in tug of war zone. So the support level here that I would be watching is 1371. That's the lowest point that it reached in the day. I would watch if that gets crossed. And if the bears continue to pull this one down, I will watch it very carefully and see if the bulls can reappear and bring it back up. Now, the highest point that was reached in the aftermarket hours yesterday was 1488, and the highest point reached today was literally 1470, guys. 1469, 1470 if you want to just round that up. That needs to be broken through 1488 and significantly pulled away from to the upside, so this can get closer to $15, reach newer highs and new resistance levels. Now, a lot of you guys are probably asking yourselves, well, where's the 50-day moving average? Well, I decided in this video to not use it right now because it is in tug of war zone. I'm focusing more in on resistance levels and supports because the tug of war has been going on. The bulls have been pushing up a little bit. They broke away from the 50-day moving average. The real question is, could the bulls break through the resistance levels that they need a breakthrough and reach newer highs and new resistance levels to continue to pull away from the 50-day moving average and pull away to the upside and getting closer to a short squeeze effect if shorts have to cover the higher this goes. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive the insight as well. And all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I have a ticker symbol towards the end of this video you do not want to miss. And I also want to share with you guys the opportunities that we found this morning and I shared with the members over at the Discord. And if you want to know what stocks I watch daily and weekly, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys is one that I've mentioned before here on the YouTube. I've talked about it on the Patreon, and I've emphasized how much I was liking it in the position it was at. And we're going to look at the chart today, where it went and where it stands. But before we look at that chart, I want to share with you guys the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord and shared with the members. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you are more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So here we are with GRVI. Talked about this one, why I liked it, PSFE, and then also OSMT. Now, OSMT ran in the pre-market. From the moment that I mentioned it, it was pretty close to the low fours. It ran all the way up to 490, and then going towards the opening, it fell. But in that weakness, it had a jump of 10% plus from its lows to a jump almost back up to $4 and some change. But our best performers in the first few minutes of the day was PSFE and GRVI. Let's look at those charts together and how they performed. So PSFE turned out to be one that I mentioned at 12.11. Early on in the pre-market, it started to jump, consolidate, pulled back down pretty close to it, hitting that low after the market opened. A lot of volatility there in the first 5 minutes of the day, and then it took off, giving a highest point of 8% to 10% plus. This was phenomenal to start off the Friday, but our home run of the day was GRVI. So I mentioned this one pretty early, close to 8:30 in the morning, and it was actually sitting at 792, pushing upwards. Gave about a 3 to 5% jump, I would say, from 792 to highs here of almost 830, 840-ish, and started to pull back down, hitting a low here close to 730-ish, and from that point forward, it took off. It even got halted in this run. After the halt was paused, it kept on going, and it gave a highest point of 35% plus on the day. Then it dipped pretty hard, and it got close to where the run started, and from that point forward, it gave another 10 to 20% plus opportunity. This was one that was filled with different opportunities of 5 to 10%, 10 to 20%, but the biggest run was 35% plus. What a home run for the day. If you want to become part of this, you're more than welcome to, and you'll know what stocks I watch daily. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. So what's the stock I've been talking about? I've had it on my watch list. I've mentioned it on the Patreon, and I've even talked about it here. Well, it was one of the stocks that ended up on the list today that I was watching this morning because it had a lot of great news and momentum going for it, and it gave a 8 to 10% jump from the pre-market all the way to the highs of 13 and some change. Now, this is a stock I've been talking about as it was pulling back. I stated the closer it gets to $10, the more interesting it gets. It keeps on getting analysis buy ratings and analysis upgrades. And here it is, getting the result of a nice jump. Seems like a short squeeze. I'm not sure. We'll have to see if it can continue. Or it was actually a lot of momentum going into it because of the catalyst of the great news of analysis ratings upgrading it and saying good things about it. So it ran up, and it's given since we've been watching it closer to the 11s, from the 12s to 11s. It gave a nice 10 to 20% jump for those that have been watching this one and catching it in the dip. The closer it got to $10, the more interesting. Now the question is, will this actually consolidate here at these levels and then one more catalyst can take it up to newer highs? Or is this going to go into further weakness again? Find consolidation somewhere in the middle from $11 to $13. We'll have to see. But this is definitely a stock that I have on my watch list, that I have been trading, and I look forward to adding to my position for the long term, because I've talked about this niche. I've talked about what they're doing and how they are dominating in the gambling sector in Europe to process transactions. And if they go ahead and expand worldwide, which is their goal, right, to go international, it's going to make them one step closer to being bigger and bigger every time. They're such a small market cap, small company in a niche and category and sector that has so much room for this stock to grow. And it's a Bill Foley SPAC. It is a SPAC, and SPACs are a little bit speculative sometimes, but Bill Foley seems to have a decent track record, and also analysis ratings are pointing this one to the upside. And there's just so much great things going on with this sector overall. It's not a PayPal, it's not a Square, but it can get its piece of the pie. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive the insight as well. And as always, this is not financial advice. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on the stocks I'm watching and why I'm watching them. And thank you guys so much for watching. And let's make some money.